What is Tulum Style?
I don't even know how to start.
What kind of furniture should they get that is something that's good for them and good for renters as well?
Take a look of the materials you're using. We are in a 80% humidity zone. We're literally sweating every day. We are super close to the ocean. So be aware that some materials are more resistant to others. It's the way you live, the way you express yourself on an environment. It decides if you buy it or you don't buy it.
What can you do for your buyers? What can you help them with?
Don't be afraid to paint a wall, put a plant, use different materials, be creative. What makes you stand out from competition is have a differentiator. Be brave about it.
Hey guys, I'm Raul Morelos, founder and CEO of Mycasa Real Estate, and today we're having our very first podcast, and it's going to be about interior design and how we can help you, your property, your investment, and your personal life. And I have Marian Olachea here. Did I pronounce your name right?
Correct.
Excellent. And she is one of my favorite buyers representatives here at Mycasa. And Marian, tell us a little bit about yourself, please.
Thank you very much, Raul. Well, I'm an industrial designer. I specialize on interior design, and eventually I move on into real estate. So that's where these two big different branches meet up. This is me.
Tell us real quick, I want to get into the meat of it. How can interior design help our clients?
Well, interior design is the designing of the space. Pretty much the interiors, there is branches like landscaping or different branches in interior design, in architecture, for example. So it's the way you live, the way you express yourself on an environment, especially at home or a real estate investment. The way you're gonna use that property, the way you're gonna use that space, it reflects on the furniture, on the walls, on the objects.
Yeah, and it changes the way you perceive the world, how you feel about yourself.
How you behave.
Yes, your habits.
Exactly.
I mean, it has this power to like completely change your life. How did you go from interior design to real estate?
I forgot how many years ago. I was living in Canada. I just finished college. I didn't know what to do with my life, as every graduate. I had a big debt. I needed money right away, and one of my friends was living in Canada, so he invited me over. I got a job at this staging company who worked for real estate agents. So what our job was decorate the houses that were going to be sold for a very specific client. So for example, as you know, Vancouver has a lot of Asians investing in real estate in Vancouver, especially Chinese, and their culture is they have very strict rules about what they like, about their lifestyle, and they wanted to have that in Vancouver. So my job was to research this lifestyle and put it in the house they were gonna sell, so the potential client feels that's the one. So I realized there is a big market, there is a big opportunity. The way your eye sees the property, the way you feel in it, it decides if you buy it or you don't buy it. So the way, if you enter to this showroom and has something that catches your eye, a piece of furniture or something, it's more likely you buy that property because you like the furniture, you like the interior, you felt at home.
The feeling behind it.
Exactly.
Exactly. And I guess the Asians that purchase in Canada, I guess they're in Feng Shui.
Exactly.
Or something like that. And
yeah.
if it's not the right number, they won't buy it. If it's not
the right
facing,
color.
The right. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. They have this whole culture about Feng Shui. Their lifestyle is based on the laws of Feng Shui.
Right.
I'm not an expert. I haven't studied Feng Shui like it's a whole course on it. It has a lot of topics.
It's a whole philosophy.
It's a whole exactly.
Yeah. What can you do for your buyers that are looking to purchase over here? You help them buy a property. What can you help them with?
Well, exactly that. I get to know my clients. I got the eye for the design part. However, I as well got the part of the real estate. So I can meet these two needs in one. Now, for example, I relate to them. I study them in a way, not a creepy way, but I connect with them so I can offer them the best property, how they can, how to put it. For example, if you like to play golf, so I will find the way to bring that into this property. I'll try to find the property that best suits your needs in every aspect. Investment, design wise, for example, vacation rentals, no? So I will look for the details, for the characteristic of the property that boost this.
You just mentioned vacation rentals,
Yes.
and that's something I really want to talk about because it's a competitive market here. So how can somebody very simply augment how their property looks on pictures for Airbnb so that they get more rentals and higher rentals? Do you have any advice for us?
Yes, get creative and call me. No, just kidding. No, what makes you stand out from competition is have a differentiator. So be brave about it. Okay. No, don't be afraid to paint a wall, put a plant, use different materials. Be creative.
Accent walls.
Accent walls.
Use that like pink, that
Yes.
hot pink Mexican color, or that lime green Mexican.
Do it, please.
Or the yellow. I mean, we are in Mexico, right? I mean,
yeah, you want to embrace that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or maybe we want pastels. Maybe, I mean, there's all sorts of things that you can do.
Exactly, and experiment. Don't be afraid. There is a lot of things you can do with low cost. So don't be afraid to be creative. No, so my advice would be there is rules. Don't forget about the design rules. Get inspiration from other sources. Go on internet, Pinterest, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. Get inspiration and try it yourself. So that will make a difference for your rental.
Excellent. Like real quick, do's and don'ts. Like what are some of the things that don't do here?
This is a very personal question. Recommendations, materials. Take a look of the materials you're using. We are in a 80% humidity zone. We're literally sweating every day. We are super close to the ocean. So be aware that some materials are more resistant to others. So take in account the maintenance you'll have to do to your apartment, things like that when purchasing furniture or any material you're gonna put into your property. Will have to be in contact with the environment.
What kind of materials do you not recommend whatsoever?
Vinyls.
They just stick on my back. I mean, I just sit back
yes.
and it's like, it's
Can
horrible.
you imagine being 35 degrees Celsius, something melting on a leather big couch?
Yeah.
Come on, that's...
No, and it doesn't even last, does it? It just kind of scrapes away after a year, it's gone.
Exactly.
So.
Imagine absorbing so much humidity. Of course, it's going to ruin the materials. So I will stick to the natural local materials. Now, for example, local woods like salam, parota, those materials who last in this environment because they're from here.
Oh, you're talking about woods because, wood expands. So if it's not from this region, it's not going to last as well as certain other woods.
Exactly.
So you said salam and parota.
Exactly.
Okay, very interesting.
So there's a lot of woods, tropical woods. That's where you want to keep your eye on, no? Because we are not tropical environment. No, we don't forget we are part of this world, and let's adapt to it as well. Leathers. Stay away from leathers, stay away from metals because being so close to the ocean.
Rust.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
stainless steel maybe that would work, but
remember the ocean. If you throw a car into the ocean, it's ruined forever. Yeah. So it's gonna take a while, but eventually the ocean will get here.
So stay away from metals in
stay
general.
Stay away from metals. Yes.
Okay. Very good. What is Tulum Style?
Okay, Tulum Style, that's a very tricky question. I don't even know how to start. Tulum As you mentioned, it's hipsters, hippies with money who decided to come to this amazing place and make something out of it in their own lifestyle. So a lot of new tendencies are giving birth in Tulum, no? So this new lifestyle, this new way of living, of expressing yourself. You have mentioned it in one of your videos on Tulum locations. Things are done differently in Tulum. One of the main things is architecture and interior design, because there is this new trend of different ways of doing things, materials.
Definitely. It's like
everything.
luxury. It's like luxury and nature come together. It's like really success and, you know, this bare bones luxury coming together, and it's absolutely beautiful. But what are some of the materials that you as an industrial interior designer most love about Tulum?
Well, my favorite, I love nature. So I love the combination of nature and natural materials. No, for example, like concrete. I love these new upcoming projects with a lot of concrete walls that look just raw. So I love the idea of exploring, you know, with these natural materials. These.
Like chikum. What do you think about chikum? Because that's a very particular thing, and it's very Tulum.
Oh my God, I love chikum. However, you have to be very careful with chikum because it's a resin. It's made here locally. So you have to find people who know how to deal with this material, because first of all, it's a natural material, a natural resin. So to work with it, to produce it, it's a very specific process. If not, you get a fake version of chikum.
Yeah, I've seen bad chikum where it ages not well, and then I've seen well done chikum and it ages very, very well.
Exactly.
So what's the difference between those two?
One is done properly from the beginning, from the process of making and applying it. Applying has a whole manual of how you should put it, and it's done by professionals who had done this for years, and these traditions come from family to family in the area specifically, because chikum has a lot of good properties for the area. It's resistant, it isolates you from heat, so it stays cool. So chikum is a very noble material, I like to say. I like to call it like that.
Very cool. And chikum, so it's, just to go back, chikum is something that you put on the walls to keep it cool. It's cool to the touch when you touch it.
Exactly.
It keeps the energy costs low, and it just gives it this kind of look and feel.
It's beautiful to look at. However, as I mentioned before, it needs to be applied correctly to look beautiful. You know, to give all these properties that chikum has, it needs to be done properly.
Right.
Yeah.
One of my questions is, one of the most difficult parts is most of our clients here, they use this as a vacation home. They have to fall in love with it themselves. They want to love this property. And when they're not using it, they want that ROI. They want to rent it out. So they're not going to be the only people using it. Maybe they don't know who's going to be using it. So there's this like, you know, what kind of furniture should they get that is something that's good for them and good for renters as well?
I said it before, I'll say it again. Call me. No, this is the part where it becomes tricky, because you want to put your personal style on it, you want to make it yourself, but as well you want to invite other people in. You want them to feel at home as well. So my advice will be, go for neutrals. Go neutral in a way you like it. And if you're a fan of orange, for example, you can put orange pillows and orange carpet and orange in the details.
Maybe a rug. Yeah.
Maybe a rug, for example. Things you can take out when it's renting, and it's your stuff. So what I advise my clients is, they're going to be the same property, but there are going to be two different stagings. When you're in, you're going to put your personal touch. So maybe you want to take out your plant and take out your cups that you bought for $100 or something. And when it's renting, put the plastic cups, for example.
Yeah.
You know? So it's a tricky to meet in between.
Yeah, and there's ways to create storage here.
Exactly.
And all that. But one of the things that I wanted to ask you, and so many of my clients ask, is like, should I purchase everything all at once? Should I go piecemeal, little by little? Like, how much does it cost to maybe, just so you get an idea, a one bedroom, to furnish a one bedroom?
That's a tricky question because there is no starting budget or top budget. No, you can go as high as you want. However, I always advise my clients to start with the basics. What are the basics? You need a bed with a mattress, good mattress, a dining table with some chairs, and a comfortable sofa. Those are the basics. People do not need more. However, then you can start to climb up the ladder, to go up little by little. Start with the essentials, go add a little bit more things that make them more functional. For example, a bed is very nice with a good mattress, but what about pillows? Let's add some more nice, comfortable pillows, maybe a headboard. So when you lie down...
I hate headboards. They just make noise whenever you're trying to get intimate. It's just horrible. But
that's why you need a comfortable headboard, not a wood one, big, heavy one.
Maybe something you can grab onto. But no, I'm kidding.
Let's go back to topic.
Yeah.
So start little by little. Don't rush it. Gladly, we are in an environment that invites people. So as well, try to think that way. How can you bring in what is outside, what's beautiful outside, palm trees, the ocean, the green, all the shades of colors that are already in nature, bring it in. Little by little. You don't have to make it perfect the very first time or stage it completely. No, little by little.
Yeah, you can even play with the colors. Like, if you don't like that accent wall because it's lime green, you can change it, and it takes an hour to do. And you can do it yourself. There's a Home Depot here, or you can call one of us and we'll know a painter that's super inexpensive that can help you out. And that sort of thing. Well, do you have any other advice for potential buyers that want to furnish and design their interior decorating?
I'll say be very clear about what you want. Your needs, your budget, your requirements. That's, as an interior designing, that's our basic sheet to start. As a seller as well. Meet the requirements, the things you cannot move. For example, if you are tight on budget, if you want a 2-bedroom because you have a kid, things meet where functionality.
Needs and wants.
Exactly.
Meet all the needs and then try to get everything you want as well, but meet the necessities first.
Exactly. And once you meet the necessities, the wants will follow.
Yeah.
So that's very important when purchasing and when furnishing. When you come down and purchase, you have an idea in mind, but be very clear about your needs. And as well, when you're furnishing, be very clear about your needs. Maybe you don't need the headboard right now. Maybe you will never need it, but you need a dining. How many people are you going to be dining? How many people you want to rent it for? So those are the needs that are the most important. And after that, everything will follow,
Thank you so much for all the information you've been giving us. And
Gracias.
Just one last thing. What can you do for buyers that choose you as their buyer's representative when purchasing a property here? I know you're not married to any property in particular. You always do what the client wants and needs, but what's that extra oomph you can give to your clients?
I meet their needs. That's what I specialize on. I see the property. I know my client. I get to know them in a profound way. I try to have a deep conversation with them so I can advise them better on their lifestyle. They're not just buying something like a shoe. They're buying a property, a place where they're gonna be, they're gonna eat, they're gonna have people over. It's an investment. It's not just a thing. This is my creative way talking, or my spiritual way talking, but this is a space you're gonna share. So make the most of it. Be yourself. Use it properly.
Don't be scared to experiment. You can always fix things. The cost of labor here is so low. You can experiment all you want and redo it and redo it and redo it. And
don't be afraid to ask me, hey, what do you think about this green wall? I can say, I like it, I hate it. What about if you put it on another wall? But the most important thing is be yourself.
Exactly.
Experiment.
Be authentic.
Have fun. Yes.
Be the Mexican version of
yourself.
Here
Yeah,
in Mexico.
exactly.
Yeah, no, that's great. Well, thank you so much, Marian. This has been very useful. And well, that's all for now. This is our first podcast on interior design. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you get a lot out of it. There is so much more to know, especially when trying to rent out your property for personal use, but we can talk about that in person. Thanks for watching, and let's be neighbors soon.